Hey there! My name is Charlotte Froh. Welcome to Change by Choice. With this newest episode, we're going to focus in on how to stop defending yourself and why it's so important, right? So before then, just to give you a little background, I am a certified high performance coach, and I own a business called Thrive Consulting, where I do leadership and development consulting, primarily for businesses. You can find out all my information for how to work with me at www.charlottefroh.com. And here on my podcast, I love to take a lot of the topics that straddle between business and personal, because isn't that it? Our life and how we show up, we're the same, right? We're one and the same. When we go to work, it's still us. When we come home, it's still us. And so I really believe that the journey is discovering and digging deep into who we are, how we tick and function, so that we can have a better understanding on how to choose the life and the results that we want, right? To have more awareness, to have a deeper understanding, to create more peace, to create more happiness, generate more happiness in our life and generate more energy so that we can, keep up with the life that we truly want to live. And that often comes at, having to identify what is holding us back and knowing what pieces that we need to learn, what we need to master, and then moving forward with courage, with clarity, so that we can be the most productive that we can be, right? So, this topic kind of came from a few conversations that I've had in the last week. And on my personal page, I was doing some live video, and I was talking about the topic of anger and passive-aggressive behavior, and then went into another live video just last night and talked about, the behaviors that hold us back, right? And it's so important that, this topic, the defending topic, of when we get into that place where we feel the need to have to defend and just really set our mark as to who we are, right? It really is something that holds us back in life. It ends up, distracting us from moving forward and creating the life that we want. And so, there are a couple topics that come up when I think about this one. And, part of it is, are there similar people in your life that you feel like you're always having to defend yourself to? You're always having to explain yourself. You're always having to, feel the need to explain every move that you're making. And, write that down, because at the end of the day, this process in terms of you feeling confident and competent in your life, you also want to know, what people, what situations, what things are showing up that are making you feel like you can't just own your life, make your choices, and move forward. Now, it's important as well to know that, the process is about you. I do believe that, no one makes us feel a certain way. We feel that way because of a crack in our own foundation, something that we're not feeling great about. Because I'm sure there's times where you've had conversations and someone maybe doubted you, or somebody, asked a question back and you felt really great. So there was no crack there. You didn't feel the need to defend. It kind of just brushed right off of you. And then I'm sure there's been times where you haven't been feeling secure, haven't been feeling great. Maybe you're going through something in life and somebody just shoots a remark back, or somebody's questioning what you're doing, or puts doubt in your mind. And because you're not feeling good, right? It wears on you. It hurts you. It brings you down. It makes you doubt yourself even more. And what I want you to see there is that it's because you are not feeling good on the inside. There's something about you that you're doubting. And so that's the whole part with journaling, right? Is you want to start to write down some of the situations, some of the behaviors, some of the thought processes that are coming up for you that hold you back, so that you can gain the awareness and start to really see, like, where is the crack actually? Is it that I've doubted myself and now I'm allowing the doubts of other people to really get to me, to really hurt me? Or maybe you are surrounded by people who aren't cheerleading you on, who don't want you to be the best that you can be in life. It's important to know that. It's important to be aware with who you surround yourself with. Now, this could be, people that in our family, could be a relationship that you're in. It could be some of your friends. It could be, the people that you have at work. And at the end of the day, you can't change how people are perceiving you, what their thoughts are, because that's based on how they feel about themselves as well, right? But what you can do is really dig deep into your personal development, into the reflection that you do for you, to start to fill yourself up again. Because you have to be your best and biggest cheerleader. You need to be the person who is behind every decision that you're making 100% of the time. And it's when we're not, or when we care too much about what other people think, that we start to go off course. We start to let those comments affect us. I mean, how many people out there right now have literally not moved forward with an idea because of what people might think, what your community might think, what your family might think? And I want you to just sit in that for a few moments. Because isn't that crazy that we wouldn't move forward with something that excites us, that we feel really great about, that it's something that we're passionate about, because of what other people might think? So that's why with this topic, it's like, stop defending yourself. If you're getting into that zone where, somebody's questioning you and you can tell the intention isn't coming from a great place, you don't need to say anything. You can simply just be like, I'm happy. Thanks so much. I'm going to see how it goes. Or you don't have to say anything at all. But the point is, don't fuel that behavior by having to justify and defend and talk back and, and feed something for them, because it's not about them. It's about you feeling 100% happy and committed to the decisions that you're making in life. That's what it's about. Sometimes, especially if it's like family members or like a relationship that you're in, obviously describing why you're moving forward with the ideas that you have, or why you're passionate about something, you want people to rally behind you. But when it gets to a place where it's like you've shared and you've said and you've set it up, maybe you're wanting to leave your job and start a new opportunity. Maybe you are, taking a risk. So obviously explain what you're doing so that people can rally for you. But if they don't, and they become a naysayer, and they become, not supportive, not a cheerleader, not looking for what is best for you, then maybe you need to stop sharing with those people. Maybe you need to start finding the support, maybe a mentor, maybe, somebody else that is on your side, that is wanting the best for you and that wouldn't hold you back. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes if you really have somebody toxic in your life that is just never, just really doesn't want you to get to that next level in life, maybe they're not feeling great about themselves. Maybe they're just holding you down because that's how they feel. When somebody's intention is not pure and great. You've got to ask yourself, why am I allowing this in my life? Right? And what you allow is what will continue. And you want the people around you to be feeding you, that it's a positive interaction, that they make you feel great. They make your soul feel great. Now, sometimes it's not as easy as just being like, okay, I'm just going to like cut this person out of my life. So sometimes it's just an internal boundary that you have with yourself. It's like, okay, I know that that's where that person stands. Let's agree to disagree here. I know what I want. I'm not going to defend myself. I'm actually going to state, you know what? This is just a topic we're not going to talk about. And that's okay with me. So acceptance of the situation, of the person, of that's, just honoring that that's what they believe and what you believe is what you believe, and that's fine because you want to keep the relationship. But don't expect more out of that. That's where the acceptance of it is key so that you can have peace in that relationship. And if that person brings it up again, like, oh, how's that business going for you? Or like just making one-off comments, just simply reminding, not reacting, reminding. Listen, we're not talking about that, right? Let's talk about other things that make us happy, that bring out the best in us. That topic isn't one that we can speak to. So the point is, when you go to a place of reaction and something makes you feel bad, you need to take that step and be like, what is it about myself right now that I'm allowing that doubt to creep in? And reflect on that. And if it's, a relationship you want to keep and that you honor, then you're going to figure out some boundaries and some ways to make that be true. If that person continues to push it and always is like, then every move that happens in your life brings you clarity. Is this something that I want? Is this something that I don't want? Is this something that makes me feel good? Is this something that makes me feel bad? And then you get more information to be able to make choices because you're always in the driver's seat. So don't maybe think of those experiences as being bad, although sometimes they're hurtful. Be like, I'm just getting more clarity now. And it's okay to have people in our life that challenge us in our ideas. Because sometimes in those moments too, it helps us solidify why we so badly have the desire to move forward in that way. Why we want to have that business. Why we want to quit that job. Why we need to leave that relationship. Why we have to, make different choices. So challenging isn't bad, but it's the intention and the way and the delivery that people have that show up in our life in a certain way. And you need to start asking yourself, do I have people in my life who support me, who support my well-being, who want me to be the best that I can be? And are their actions and their words supporting that? Or are they supporting something completely different? Because action is the only thing that matters. Someone could say, oh, I really care about you. Oh, I really support you. Yes, I really want the best for you. But if every single action leading up into that is showing different, that is your clear fact. At that point now, it's no longer about them. It's about you deciding what you want and what you need in your life and what is okay and what is not okay. And so you've got to determine for each situation, each person, each thing that comes up is a different answer. But this journey is about you feeling great about the life that you are choosing day in and day out. And if you're going to bed at night and you're not feeling great and you're not confident and you're not feeling competent in life, then the work starts with you, right? At least carving out 15 minutes of personal development each day, journaling, reflecting, looking at your patterns that come up. Where are you at with your thought processes? What is holding you back? Become clear. That's where you're going to have the solution on how to move forward, on how to build yourself up. Because it all has to do about you, right? And so, yeah, and that's the magic of the journey that we're on, is the more you dig in, the more you're going to grow. And it doesn't always feel great, but you're going to see the changes in your confidence, in the decisions that you're making, in the type of people that you have around you. You are going to show up differently, not only for yourself, but you're going to show up differently for other people. But you've got to be confident and get yourself to a place where you own the decisions that you're making. Get clear and stop defending, right? It's explaining and exploring is different than defending. It's a different energy. It is a different tone. It comes from a different place. So just know, someone's asking you questions, but they're, you know, they're inquisitive, they're exploring, they want to know, they're like, oh, you know, they want you to enroll them into what it is that you're doing. Awesome. But the minute it tips into like not being from a great place or it not, you know, feeling right to you, first you ask, what part of me is not feeling confident that I'm getting doubtful now, that I feel like I have to defend, I feel like I need to explain, and it's not coming from a great place with you. And then just explore, like, okay, where is that coming from? What do I need to fill in for myself? Is this somebody that's a great person in my life? Is it not? Am I always having to defend myself at work? Where is that coming from? Right? Because all the experiences that we have, the people that we surround ourselves with, will either make us better human beings, they will support our journey and our growth, or they will bring us down. And you've got to decide and be very clear on where you stand with both. So I hope this has helped you a little bit, just in terms of, again, that process and stepping back and starting to analyze to see where you stand for yourself, or stand with yourself, and where you stand with other people. And start to dig in. Like, where do I find myself defending myself? Where do I feel like someone is never just good with my answer, trusts my answer? That you're constantly having to like just keep going in that process. And it's exhausting. It's a big time and energy waster. So write that down and start to figure out, is it because I'm not feeling confident with myself, or is it that I'm not surrounded by the right people in my life? And then you can move forward with a plan for yourself. Because what you allow is what will continue. Cool? All right. Well, I hope that, like I said, I hope that you found this to be something that will help you in that reflection process. You can find more information about what I do, who I am, on my website, charlottefarreau.com. I also do a lot of live video on both my personal page and my business page. So Charlotte Farreau Change by Choice is my business page, and then Charlotte Farreau is my personal one. And I hope to see you there. You know, if you ever have topic questions that you want me to talk about or discuss, let me know, shoot me a message. And yeah, I'm very excited. Have a wonderful community of support. And I want to thank you guys all for supporting me. All right. Take care.